Hi, I'm Doug Hileman, and I'd like to share a little background on Dodd-Frank Conflict Minerals Rule. Dodd-Frank was passed in July of 2010, primarily to deal with Wall Street and consumer protection reform. Within the bill was Section 1502, a little notice section that dealt with conflict minerals. SEC published the final rule in August of 2012, and it takes effect for the 2013 calendar year. The conflict minerals are tin, tantalum, tungsten, and gold. Smelters are a key point in the process from getting minerals from a mine to the product you use every day, and the rule requires that companies conduct a reasonable country of origin inquiry, or an RCOI, to determine if their conflict minerals come from the Democratic Republic of Congo or surrounding countries. Companies must determine if conflict minerals are in their products. If the answer is no, you're conflict-free, and that's great. If the answer is yes, you must do additional due diligence, and you must make some disclosures using a new form called the Form SD. You must also get an independent audit of your due diligence process. For the first couple of years, SEC allows a third category: we don't know. If you don't know if conflict minerals are in your products, you have to keep searching, and after 2 years, you'll have to either say yes or no. In those interim years, you need not do an independent audit of your due diligence efforts. In the preamble to the final rule, SEC provided a number of cost estimates for compliance with the conflict minerals rule. The cost estimates ranged from a couple $100 million to $2 billion. They varied by over an order of magnitude. One of the commenters submitted cost estimates 3 times, all of which is to say the conflict minerals rule will cost a lot of money, and nobody really knows how much it will cost. SEC was very diligent in considering everything that commenters had to say. In fact, when they made changes to the regulations, over 75% of the time they made changes that would have the effect of reducing the cost of compliance. As a couple of examples, there were 11 comments that had to do with the independent audit of the conflict minerals report. SEC made changes that would reduce the cost of those 10 times. And this is for an activity that will take about 10 to 12% of the total cost of compliance. By contrast, there were only 5 comments submitted about IT. SEC made very little in the way of changes to the rule that affected IT because no changes were requested. But IT considerations are likely to cost over 60% of the total cost to comply with the rule. Companies have to determine if conflict minerals are in their products. If the answer is no, you are conflict-free and you are good to go. If the answer is yes, you must continue with a due diligence inquiry. You must generate a conflict minerals report. You must get an independent audit of the conflict minerals report, and you must submit a new form, the Form SD, beginning in May of 2014. For the first couple of years, SEC allows an option, we don't know. If you don't know whether conflict minerals are in your products or not, you have to keep doing some investigation to find out if they are, and after a couple of years, you'll have to either land in the yes or the no camp. In the preamble to the final rule, SEC published cost estimates that they received from various parties on the total cost to comply with this new rule. The cost estimates varied widely by over an order of magnitude, and one of the commenters even submitted cost estimates 3 times. All of which is to say that the rule will cost a lot, and nobody knows how much it will cost to comply with this rule.